Mohamad Elmasry. Mohamad is a professor at the Doha Institute for Graduate Studies. Thanks for your time today. These guarantees, as Alan was outlining, we don't know specifically what it is. We know Donald Trump is throwing his weight behind the deal. We know the mediators are all on board. But we also know from just a few months ago that Israel had a deal with Hamas. They all followed it for 6 weeks, 7 weeks, and then Israel broke it. Mm-hmm. So can this be trusted?
It's not just that they violated the ceasefire back in March, but Israel has a long history of violating ceasefires, not just with the Palestinians, but also with other regional groups and entities and states. So there is reason to be pessimistic. On the other hand, in addition to these promises that Hamas reportedly received, one thing that I noted a few days ago is that Donald Trump seems to be very personally invested in this. And if that's the case, and what we've been saying for 2 years is that the United States holds all of the leverage. If they want the war to end, it will end. And if he's made a determination, perhaps he's been influenced by leaders in the region. He has very good relationships with President Erdogan of Turkey, Sheikh Tamim of Qatar, with Mohammed bin Salman, Saudi Arabia, and so on and so forth. So if he's been influenced, and there is evidence to suggest that he's been influenced to at least some degree. He went on for months about this Riviera project
expelling
in Gaza.
The Palestinians from Gaza.
Expelling the Palestinians, and when he was asked if they would be allowed to come back once Gaza was rebuilt, he said no. He went on for months, and now, seemingly at the drop of a dime, he's changed his view, and that was one of the good things about the 20-point plan. I've been very critical of the 20-point plan. I published an article last week about the 20-point plan, but one of the good things in that plan is that it explicitly says Palestinians can stay, and if they leave, they can come back. So that's positive. So this is a long way of saying that if Trump is so personally invested and has already made a determination that this is the end of the war, and if he's made it clear to Israel that this is the end of the war, then I think we're going to get the end of the war.
Donald Trump may be going to Israel on Sunday. I say may because it's not completely confirmed by the White House, but he's been invited, and he has said publicly several times that he thinks he's going and he thinks he's leaving the White House on Sunday to go to Israel. All right, so let's just assume he does go to Israel. Let's just assume he does speak to the Knesset, since that's what he's been invited to do. How do you assess that? Is that Donald Trump going in to be there front and center as his plan is being executed? Sunday, Monday, maybe the days when the captives are released? Or is that Donald Trump putting pressure on Benjamin Netanyahu?
Well, I was going to say the latter. This is maybe, me being glasses half full. But I think that Donald Trump wants to oversee this very closely. And I think he wants to continue to send the message to Netanyahu that this is it. At least that's what I'm hoping. I assume he's going to go and say very nice things about Benjamin Netanyahu. That's what he always does publicly.
Says nice things about everybody, by the way.
That's true. I mean,
he literally every leader, whatever side of whatever war he's trying to fix, they're on. He says nice things about them. Whether it's Putin, whether it's Zelensky, he ends up saying nice things about them when he's in the last stretch of trying to close a deal. Right.
And I think he also thinks that everybody's his friend. But that's maybe another topic for another day. But let's hope that he's going to apply pressure. He'll say the nice things about Netanyahu, but he'll also make it clear that this process has to be followed through on. Remember, there are a lot of sticking points, right? The phase one part is almost the easy part, right? It's easy to sign on to phase one. Certainly from the Israeli perspective, they're getting all of their captives back. But when you get into some of these technical issues about Palestinian governance, the withdrawal by the Israeli army, when you get into issues of
Hamas
weapons,
disarming.
Yes, weapons and tunnels, these are sticking points, and that's what is going to require, I think, still some hard work in the negotiations.
Mohamad Elmasry, thank you very much for your time.
Thanks.
Don't miss out. Get a full picture. Subscribe to Al Jazeera for reliable news, expert insight. Like, share, stay ahead.